This is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is a paid request, this time from Jimmy. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or topics, reactions, reviews, randomness, alabooness, whatever, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, I don't know how interesting this video will be because he wanted me to give my thoughts on Family Guy. And to be perfectly honest, I don't have much thoughts to give because I've seen clips, I have seen some episodes, and they just were not my cup of tea. Seth MacFarlane, when I hear and see interviews with him, seems like a very funny guy, but then when I see a lot of his movies, I don't like the Ted films, I don't like A Million Ways to Die in the West. As an actor, I don't mind him. Like, I did not mind him in this show called The Orville. I actually thought he was decent. But his writing, I just not really big on it. Like Family Guy, which I know is very successful. I mean, it's in its, what, 19th, 20th season? It was a show that was canceled and then was brought back, which is very rare for it to happen. And I don't know, I guess to me, when I looked at it, it felt like a ripoff of The Simpsons. It felt like Peter Griffin was a lesser Homer Simpson. And that, blue-collar worker who's bumbling and stupid, but sometimes he means well. You have the stay-at-home mother, Lois, which just made me think of Marge. Then you have a daughter and son. Although they didn't they don't really remind me of Lisa and Bart. But you have Meg, then you have Chris. Chris is definitely not like Bart. Just Chris here. It's Seth Green, but it's a Seth Green that I'm not really into, where I liked him in Idle Hands. I liked him in Can't Hardly Wait. Here, just the character, he's awkward, he's stupid, he's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. It's just, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Just the way he does the voice is annoying. Stewie, who's the baby, but he's very intelligent. And for a while, he wanted to take over the world as if he was the brain from Pinky and the Brain, but they got tired of that quick, so then... And then Brian is pretty much Seth MacFarlane playing himself, only it's a dog. I don't know, a lot of the jokes didn't do much for me. It's not something that I would rant on, it's just like, eh. Or I would just sit there stone face. Or I would sit there going, hmm. Hmm. Like kind of that reaction. I remember, I don't know if they have this character around now, but there was a character who's like an elderly child molester who really, really likes Chris, Seth Green's character. And I don't know how I felt about that. It just seemed more creepy and weird than funny. I know I sound like a prude was saying that, but I was like, eh. It's funny, I remember, was it 10 years ago? Sorry, my nose is itching. Stupid mustache. Well, it's just more exciting talking about Family Guy. There was a video, I've tried to find this. It's a guy named XG Hunter X. The title's like Family Guy Sucks or something, and he hit on something that was prevalent to me. He was talking about an episode, it was like 3 in the morning, he was watching on Cartoon Network, or I forget what station it was on, and Family Guy, they always did these cutaways. They always still do these cutaways. Oh, that's like the time I did this, and I was in this with this, and it cuts away. in the episode this guy was talking about, it cut away to this singer called Conway Twitty. Conway Twitty. I think it's Conway Twitty. Singing for like 3 minutes straight. That's 3 minutes of a 20-minute episode. And for 3 minutes. I mean, that's... Because 20 minutes, I mean, you take out the commercials, each episode is going to be about 20 minutes. So 3 out of 20 minutes, that is a lot. That is a good chunk of an episode. And it's those cutaways. It's those cutaways that just, here's something completely random, and it's off kilter, or it's making fun of a celebrity, or it's the most crazy random shit. And I know South Park made fun of that. There's an episode that South Park did. Now that Edward's been requesting quite a bit of South Park episodes, I've been looking a bit more into South Park, and they've done an episode where the South Park guys hate the guys from Family Guy. Like, they hate Seth MacFarlane. They hate his show. And Cartman goes on this big rant on, well, you're just like, because I think Kyle or someone says to Cartman, you should like Family Guy. Your sense of humor is the same as them. And Cartman, who's the face of South Park, takes great offense to that. Never compare me to Family Guy. And then there's like, we make our jokes with this manatee or something that just picks random balls, and it's a random joke generator. And I could kind of see what they mean by that, the guys in South Park. I could see what they mean by that. It just seems like a less funny version of The Simpsons. And these cutaways, think of something random. Okay, I'm going to think of, that's like the time that Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger took a can of Raid spray, and they thought it was orange juice, but they drank it, and when they puked it up, fire went out and killed the beehive. While the Rocky song played. Da-da, da-da, each time they breathe, there's like fire coming out. It's just random, like, what the fuck? Oh, it's funny because it's so random and pop culture reference. And I never really felt much heart in the stuff I saw in Family Guy. That's another thing. I didn't really feel any heart. Well, I've never felt any heart around the Peter Griffin or the characters. I never felt like they ever liked each other, or that they ever actually, like The Simpsons, especially the early Simpsons, I should say, you felt like they were a family. The early Simpsons, like Lisa, and the episode where her teacher is voiced by Dustin Hoffman, and teacher gives her a paper, you are Lisa Simpson, and Homer's trying to make her laugh and like puts her on her shoulders, is making her laugh. Like, there's moments of heart felt, not nowadays on The Simpsons, but they forget that that's part of the appeal that made The Simpsons great back in the day. South Park, I wouldn't say really has a lot of heart to it, as in, like, the characters, no one really seems like they really liked each other, but when that humor hits, it's definitely more biting in its humor. And as I watch more South Park, I could see, I may not love the show, but I definitely appreciate the show more, because I did some of the biting humor. I'm like, okay, that was actually well played, or that was actually more clever to give more credit to. I did. Family Guy just seems like a lazier version of The Simpsons, without the heart and without the biting, clever humor that's in South Park. And there's just other shows I like more. Robot Chicken. Like, if I'm talking about Seth Green and a comedy show, I'm much more of a Robot Chicken guy than a Family Guy person. But obviously there's a fan base, because there's almost 20, there's like 20 seasons worth. But yeah, I'm sure there would be moments. Like I do remember there's the fight that Peter Griffin has with this chicken. I think he has a big fight with Homer Simpson. There was a crossover where Peter Griffin and Homer Simpson have this big fight. Of course, no one can really win. But I don't know, just the cutaway stuff, and I did the lack of heart that I felt from the show, from the stuff I've seen, just left a bit to be desired from Family Guy, at least for me. The humor was not as biting as South Park. It wasn't as heartfelt as the early Simpsons. If I want funnier stuff with pop culture, I think Robot Chicken did that better than Family Guy. It's just I see other stuff that I feel have done it better than Family Guy. But I know they've got a lot of guest stars and a lot. I mean, which is funny because like the Simpsons are still on, Family Guy's still on. I never find anyone watching new episodes. Like of all the stuff on YouTube, I don't find a lot of people like, oh, I just reviewed the new episode of The Simpsons, the new episode of Family Guy. Maybe if I look hard enough, I can. But just that's not something that really feels like it's in the pop culture nowadays. But again, there must be an audience because they keep getting made and they keep getting funded and they keep being released. So must be something to it. But yeah, I don't know what else to say. With that said, I mean, I probably even like Teen of the Hill more than Family Guy. I like Beavis and Butthead more than Family Guy. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I just preferred more than Family Guy. But that's just me. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.